Games Workshop is releasing a new edition of Warhammer Underworlds with the upcoming expansion Embergard. We got sent a preview copy of the game and have always been Underworlds curious, so we thought we'd crack open the new starter set and see what it's all about. From an inexperienced outsider's perspective, Underworlds has always looked to be a blend between a miniatures game, a board game, and a card game. And one of its most appealing aspects is its low cost of entry, especially for people that are new to the hobby. The time and financial investment of building and painting a 2,000-point army for Warhammer 40k or Age of Sigmar can be intimidating. While this new set for Underworlds is around $100 US and includes everything you need for you and a friend to get into the game. In addition to the low cost of entry, the low model count of this skirmish-style game will be super appealing to many. There's very little prep work required to assemble your miniatures and start playing. And the bare plastic is uniquely colored, so you don't even have to worry about painting the models if you don't want to. If you're interested in the creative side of the hobby, though, that's another area this game really shines. With as few as 3 models in a warband, you can invest more time into each character and use them to really push your painting skills. If you're already in the hobby, you probably know that the Underworlds warbands include some of the most beautiful models in the entire Warhammer range. Age of Sigmar players commonly pick up Underworlds warbands just because of their incredible and unique sculpts, and will often use them as alternatives for their heroes and unit champions. Now, we've talked a ton about the game from a hobby and collecting perspective, but let's dive into what the gameplay is actually like. Warhammer Underworlds is touted as being fast-paced and includes a quick start guide, but when Jordan was testing things out, he actually found it a little bit confusing and just went straight to the full rulebook. But that could just be a skill issue. We did play through a game, and there was a lot to try and pick up on between all the cards, abilities, and rules. But I think we'd be fully up to speed after just a few matches. The game is meant to last 30 minutes to an hour, and is something I'm personally more interested in playing because of it. I also think this makes Underworlds a very approachable way to get friends into the hobby. And Jordan even got our 3-year-old to play using just the basic combat rules. All in all, I think Warhammer Underworlds will appeal most to people newer to the hobby and who aren't already heavily invested into massive armies and collections with other games, though it will be a good way for those people to get their friends hooked too. So if you're looking to dive into the Warhammer hobby with a more moderate and bite-sized approach, Warhammer Underworlds just might be the best place to start. Now let us know how you feel about Warhammer Underworlds in the comments, especially if you're going to be diving into this new edition. And if you're interested in more Underworlds content, let us know that as well. But in the meantime, we recommend checking out the YouTube channel Agents of Sigmar, as we've learned a ton about the game from Robin and Pete. That's it for today, though. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again in another chapter of the Season of War.